Goatsquadtv, what up, y'all? This is something I've been wanting to talk about when it comes to hip hop music, and why it's not really being respected from its art form and for what it really brings to the table from the traditionalist or the more upgraded version of the traditional art. I could easily go into this whole record industry, chosen ones, and I'm going to simplify this instead. I don't think it has anything really to do with that as much. It's just the fans are just too stupid to really listen to music anymore. We've been dumbed down as a generation to listen to things in under 1 minute, packages. Once something is too smart and over your head, it is now underground art. It's good, but it ain't for everybody. And that's why a lot of artists don't get a lot of love. We stay in this nostalgia lane when we talk about Big Pac, Nas, whatever, Jay Z, and all we do is give those guys props. And that's good. I respect those guys. Some are no longer here with us, some are. But I really think it's really sad when it's been almost 30 years and we have some of the same people on top of the list. And we don't give a lot of traditional underground hip hop artists who are making better music than some of these people that were in their prime in the 90s, because we seem to be stuck in the 90s when it comes to that hip hop boom bap, when there's people who have 30 to 40 album catalogs, if not more, that are making better music. And you also got guys from the 90s that are making better music, like Killer Priest. His 90s shit was dope, but his 2020s and 2010s and 2000s run has been incredible. It's what made him a legend, even outside of Wu Tang, outside of Sons of Band. But yet we don't really seem to grasp why that type of hip hop isn't paid attention to outside of a niche audience. At the end of the day, people are gonna like what they like. If the stuff they hear on the radio is what they like, I'm not debating that with people. If you think that's great, that's fine. It's more of a dumbed down product. It's not really hip hop. It's being labeled that when it's really more rap. You say, well, what's the biggest difference? Well, rap music and rap music is really industry. Hip hop music is really culture, and it's what it is. I respect the legends who are still doing it on a high level, like the Pete Rocks, Commons, the Nas's. But those guys, if you ask them, they don't give a fuck about being on any list at this point. They don't care. And that's what makes it beautiful. I want to hear, whether it be older artists or younger artists, really strive to be great without trying to meet up to industry standards or trying to meet into a fan standard that's more of a casual. The hip hop I listen to isn't for casuals. So if you don't fuck with it, you're never gonna fuck with it. And that's just what it is. Um, that said, I don't want to live in a world where we just continue to keep Big and Pac in the same list. They got to get moved down at some point. Those guys are legends. They're great, but they are now Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain in this. It's then Jay Z's Kareem and Nas is Jordan. You know what I mean? And those guys are all great, but we need to start realizing there's a lot of dope artists like the God Fahims of the world, the Makhamis, the Euro Droogs, the Joey Badasses. Um, we already know Kendrick. I can keep naming names. You know what I mean? Your homie, your homeboy Sandman, Open Mike Eagle, um, Shay Nor, you know, just to name a few more. There's a lot of dope artists. Obviously, Killer Priest is a legend in any era. There's so many people that don't get appreciation because we want to live in the past, or we just want to live in nostalgia land, or we just want to like the new stuff with guys that are not really as skilled or really carry the culture the way it's supposed to be. Here today, gone tomorrow artists. We need to start appreciating these artists. There might be a day when they no longer drop records, and the new guys got to come in And the new guys are following the rap music lane instead of the hip hop music lane. Be grateful, man. Be grateful for guys like Yasin Bey back in the days who made way for guys like Muhammad to come in today. Be grateful. You know, the reason why I didn't mention guys like 38 Special and Benny the Butcher, more and more so much 38. I'm going to be honest about 38. I like 38, but he's just a punchline rapper to me. He doesn't really go outside of that box. He's a good producer, a little overconfident, but that's okay. You need that as an MC. A great lyricist, but kind of, this is why I feel like in hip hop, we need to get back to storytelling. That element's missing. And when you got guys like Fahim who tell stories, guys like Drew who tell stories, they're more well-rounded MCs. Even a guy like Crime Apple, well-rounded. Joey Badass. These guys are well-rounded MCs. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to that because it's too much. I feel like when people try to look at a lyricist, they just think he's a spitter. But you could spit bars all day. But that means you're just a battle rapper. You're a one-trick pony. When it comes down to that storytelling, you're going to have nothing to talk about. That's why you only hear those type of rappers drop 1 or 2 albums and you never hear from them. Or you just hear a whole bunch of mixtape type material from artists that are great lyricists but can't rap on dope beats if it saved their life. Because they want their raps to be paid attention to more than the beats. I want to hear a bounce. That's what I want to hear. Let me know what you guys think. Goatsquadtv.